So welcome to the Bob and Tam show today. We got something special we're going to be showing you today, and I'm actually going to be doing a couple of videos on this, but we're going to give you just a quick one here. This is something I've been wanting for, geez, I don't know, 15 years or more. And Tam made it work out, and we're going to show you what I got. So let's go take a quick look and show you what I really wanted.
So stay tuned, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and think about Patreon. Here we go.
So if you haven't figured it out yet, we're here at the Fairing Exchange, and what the heck are we going to get? We're going to get some new gauges that I've been waiting, heck, for probably close to 15 years or more on that. And we want to give a big shout out for
the Fairing Exchange and Dakota Gauges.
Yep, they hooked us up with some new gauges, so we're installing those and checking them all out. And Fairing Exchange volunteered to hook them up and set them all up for us. So we're going to do a quick video. We're going to have a couple other videos coming out soon that's going to show you how to take a fairing off and all that. So today we're just going to show you kind of how to put the gauges in and what it looks like. So let's go.
Dakota Digital MLX gauges. They are awesome. I know we've been talking about them for quite some time. We've had them on our bikes for years, but we're going to get the set here for your bike. All your hardware, wiring, temperature sensor. Instructions for people that are like me that need to read them. Speedo and tack cluster. And then your two satellite gauges. They are numbered 1 and 2. So they can be put in backwards. So you want to make sure you do that right. Removing the gauges, again, we could have done this with the fairing on the bike. We would have just loosened the top bolts to move the fairing out just a little bit, so we could get at the gauge bolts. But we've got 3 T25 Torx screws in here to take out the gauge. It's got little clips here around the edges to take that loose. Boom. So now the gauge comes out. We grab our new gauge. So the one that's on the left side of the bike while you're riding the bike, which is, we look at it as the black housing, is number 1. So it's number 1 on the back. Stick that in there. And then just clip this back on. Now, a whole lot of people are wanting to change, because they're blacking their bikes out. They want to change these bezels to black. So they come to us and they buy from the dealership the stick-on ones that are $200. If you buy the ones that are the replacement for this, for the bikes that come with black, in advance it's about $120 for the set of 4, and this chrome is eliminated. This is obviously the time to do it. We normally carry a couple of sets, but we're out right now. So yeah, that just clips back in, goes right back on. Now the main Speedo cluster, we've already taken the bottom 2 out when we pulled the fairing off. And that just comes off. So on the 14 and newer bikes, the mileage is stored in the ECM, so it's not in here. They'll tell you to look at that and get the mileage before you pull it out. The ECM will be within a mile or 2, so the last time it's stored is what will be in there. So in your case, you've got a fair amount of miles, it's not going to matter. But you can't change it to 4,000 miles saying it's a new bike. That will definitely throw some codes.
Flags up.
Yeah. Yeah, they put a nice protective coating on here so they don't get damaged in shipping. You just take the new one, and the bezels for this just slide right on the fairing. So they just stay there. Set the new one on. Put that top screw in, lining up the bottom one so when we do get it back on the bike, these are lined up. Again, just pushing those 3 little tabs, push the top of the housing out, remove the gauge, grab gauge number 2. Set it in. Obviously you want to be able to connect it, so you turn it in that way.
And gauge number 2 goes on which side?
On the right side. Yeah, if you happen to get that backwards, when you put everything on the bike, it'll be fine until you hit your turn signal. You hit your left turn signal, it'll flash left on the other side. Ask me how I know.
Been there, done that, huh?
Just once this week. So that's it, our new gauges are in place. Our wiring. So we got a seal here just like your drain plug. Goes over your oil temp sensor. And this line runs from the oil temp up along the bottom of the frame, up the clutch, and into the fairing. So we'll get to that in a few minutes. And these wires just run from here to here on both sides. So what I do is get them separated. And just try to run them about long enough I'll zip tie it to keep it clean. Put those off. I'm just going to run from right here out to the gauge. That's how that goes. I normally do that once it's on the bike, that way you can see it a little better. The oil temp sensor, again, once it runs up the frame into the fairing, it's going to plug in there in the middle.
The second one, the middle one?
And the other one goes to the other side. And it actually doesn't matter which way you do them, but obviously it just makes sense to do it side to side. But that's it.
You know, so the gauges have been on since Myrtle Beach. So I've had some time to check them out. I really do like them. They're really neat. You can go in there and change them to different colors, things like that by your phone. So we got a whole bunch of neat videos that's going to show you how to program them, you know, how to do a fairing, how to exchange, do the inner and the outer fairing. So we're going to show you a whole bunch of neat stuff in the next week or so to give you some ideas of how to do that. But the whole idea, what I wanted to do is just let the pros show you how to do it versus me. You know, I've taken a couple fairings off and I'm no expert at it.
Fumbling around with it.
So let them have it. So right now we want to give a big shout out for our Dakota Gauges for giving us a set of gauges to check out, and we're going to put a link down here for the fairing exchange because they do sell them too, and we don't get any money from this. We're not getting any kickback or percentage or anything like that. They volunteered to put them in for us, and so we just want to give them a big shout out because they're one of our, you know, one of the vendors that we always give a good shout out for. And here's a special shout out because they installed them at no charge for us.
There you go. So thank you to Paul, Fairing Exchange, and especially to Dakota Digital Gauges. Thank you, thank you.
And that'll wrap it up today.
So we hope you enjoyed the video today. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Share us with your family and friends. Think about Patreon. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications. And we'll see you on the next video.
See you later.
Bye. Looked like you were going to say something else.
I won't be going far.